when they lie and say, "Oh, I barged into the room and didn't identify," oh, that's all BS, right?
Right.
You can't make this up. I was literally down the hall for a scheduled briefing.
I've been doing this job here on YouTube. Weird job, but it's what I do. For long enough to know how difficult it is. Also long enough to know just how important I think it is. Independent media, especially in the age of Donald Trump, where this dictator on day one wants to squelch free speech and the free dissemination of information. I also know how difficult it was coming up to the point that I am, where I have over 1 million subscribers. And every day that I walk into the studio, I feel super lucky. Obviously, there's been hard work, but overall, it's luck. And I'm thankful to those who helped lift me up, who weren't ladder pullers, people like David Pakman, who gave me a shot to guest host for him years and years ago. I'll be forever grateful. I'm going to talk a little bit about that because we sat down with a bunch of different members of Congress, senators and Congress people yesterday. And I'm going to play a clip from a video in response to something that Tom Homan said yesterday, attacking Alex Padilla. But in the spirit of trying to lift up other creators and not pull the ladder up behind me now that I have made it or whatever. I want you to go visit a video today. Go check out this video from Garrison Hayes, who interviewed, not like he needs a signal boost, he interviewed President Obama. And in this time where we need some encouragement, some inspiration to look back on the way things were and some of the progress that was made during that, I want you to check out this video. It's brief. It's a beautiful compilation of some of the tough times that we actually got through. And in that lies the encouraging message. I'll link below. You've seen the screenshot. Go check out this video. And in doing so, you'll be supporting a creator who, one, wants to make this country and this world a better place, and two, is doing unsung work on this platform. Anyway, check that out. So yesterday, David Pakman and I were on Capitol Hill. We interviewed Cory Booker. We interviewed Elizabeth Warren. We interviewed Tina Smith. We interviewed, these are all senators. We interviewed Alex Padilla, which I'm going to show you a clip of right now. Yesterday, before I get to the Alex Padilla clip, Tom Homan was asked a question by this fascist, racist, garbage human. What's her name? Miranda Devine. She now works for Rupert Murdoch and the New York Post. And was asked about the interaction between Alex Padilla and then the subsequent assault on him, his detainment, his arrest, the shoving him on his knees and then pressing him to his face on the carpet by Donald Trump's secret police when he dared to ask a question of Kristi Noem. And Tom Homan describes him as pathetic. Miranda Devine, listen, this is who gets interviews with the Donald Trump people, the exclusives like this. It's people like Miranda Devine, who never met a pedophile Catholic priest that she didn't love and want to defend, who is an absolute racist who has tried to promote white power conspiracy theories on a global stage. She's just the worst. And this is who they spend time with. This is who they give answers to the questions to. And she meandered into this Alex Padilla, not even really knowing he's a senator. She just called him a Californian and a politician with this derisive kind of tone in her voice, and gave mush-mouthed dildo with ears Tom Homan a little bit of time to answer the question about what took place. You won't be surprised, but this isn't even the culmination of why you should be watching this video. This isn't even the most important thing. The most important thing is Alex Padilla, his answer on the question that I asked him yesterday. But first, Tom Homan.
We're trying to take the worst words off the streets of LA. You would think the mayor and the governor and Padilla and the rest of them would say, ICE, God bless you. Thank you for making our state safer, because every criminal threat we take off the streets of LA makes that city more safe. So I said it again, we're not going to protest all you want. It's unfortunate, but we're going to continue doing what we're doing. We have teams out in LA today. We'll have teams out in LA tomorrow. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. You're not going to stop us.
And Kristi Noem,
was their Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. She's up on stage giving a talk, and Alex Padilla, this Californian politician, Democrat, basically lurches forward and then gets arrested, and he turns himself into a martyr, crying in Congress about the heavy treatment.
It's pathetic. It's just pathetic.
Why are they doing that?
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
Let's make a scene. Let me get on TV. And, because they can't argue what we're doing. They can't honestly sit there and say, okay, I shouldn't remove criminal aliens from the United States.
First, don't you love the framing? She's up on stage giving a talk. And Alex Padilla, this Californian politician, Democrat, basically, it's always this wiggle words, this weasel language. He basically lurches forward and then gets arrested and turns himself into a martyr. It wasn't Alex Padilla trying to be a martyr. He was martyred. I mean, he wasn't even martyred, but if there was martyrdom here, it was the action that was taken by Donald Trump's secret police to arrest a seated United States senator. I asked him about this yesterday, this very thing, whether he thought it was an overarching, planned, premeditated thing. And then we also got into about the white supremacy at play here. Watch this.
What's your opinion about what went down? I talked to my audience about it the day after it happened and the incident. I disagree. I think it is arrest. It is detainment. Do you feel, though, that it was more of a broader, calculated, premeditated thing? Like they knew there's Alex Padilla, United States Senator representing the state of California. We're going to make something go down. What was your beat on it after it?
Again, still processing, but I think some of the facts include, when they lie and say, "Oh, I barged into the room and didn't identify," oh, that's all BS, right?
Right.
You can't make this up. I was literally down the hall for a scheduled briefing with leadership of the Department of Defense, representatives of Northern Command, because of the militarization of the city, my hometown. Without proper justification, in my opinion. So let me learn more about the mission, justification, training for the folks that are engaging with the public. When I hear about the press conference, right? It's in a federal building. I'm being escorted by National Guardsmen and FBI agents. So I went through security screening when I got there, and they're escorting me every step of the way. I didn't sort of peel off and go rogue. I asked, can we go listen in? They escorted me there. And I was sitting on the side quietly for quite a long time, just hoping for information, but all I was hearing was rhetoric. So then I speak up, try to ask my question, and within a couple of seconds, I mean, it did not take long, there was hands on me. I never in a million years would have guessed that was their response. They knew who I was.
Yeah.
I had escorts. They knew who I was. There's the Los Angeles press corps and some national press corps who knew exactly where I was. It was not an unsafe environment. If her protective detail thought there was a danger or an actual threat, there's a whole lot of things that would have gone wrong in their protocols for that to even be a possibility. And if they thought that was a real threat, you'd think they would have escorted her out of the room until they determined the room was safe. That press conference kept going.
Also notable, no white representatives, no white senators, no white mayors are being charged with crimes, indictments, arrest, detainment, tackle to the floor, and shoved on their face.
And the fact
white supremacy plays a role here. Too aggressive?
You're pointing it out. The fact that that's even a question on the table tells you a lot about the administration. They're not shy about it. They're blatant. They're transparent.
Now look, I'll say it again. Just like I said days ago before I sat down with Senator Padilla, I don't agree with him. He said in the aftermath of all this that he wasn't detained. He was not arrested. Yes, he was. When they put the cuffs on, you are by definition detained by police. If you're not free to go, you are arrested. That's what it is. Now, he wasn't booked, but that's not necessarily every definition of the word arrest. The other thing I wish they would be more strong about, I understand he's a senator. He doesn't want to make undue waves with his language and his accusations, but I wish he would have been more fulsome about, yeah, this is white supremacy. Yes, this is white supremacy. Donald Trump is a white supremacist. He did what a lot of these people do, these elected officials, which is fine. It's fine. He's giving me the opportunity to say the thing that he's not quite ready to say. And I guess that's my role. Anyway, what do you think? I would appreciate your feedback on this. If you also agree that this is my role, let me know in the comments. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, daily at dollemore.com. I do want to thank David Backman for taking the day with me yesterday. It was a good time. We had some great conversations and met some great people. We actually, Brian, one of the, I don't know if I would call him a security guard, but he certainly works in some capacity at the United States Capitol. He stopped us and we had a brief conversation, and it was good to meet you, Brian. So we appreciate your time and your dedication to, also wanting the world to be a better place. If you support this work, if you appreciate what I do, if I bring you value, please consider helping me produce these videos for $2 a month. You can click the join button below. You can go to my Patreon page, which is great because Patreon takes way less money than YouTube does. Sorry, YouTube, you've got your hand in my very shallow pockets. You can go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love and appreciate you very much. Thanks for your participation in this conversation, your activism, your organization, your attempts to make this world a better place. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to check out that Garrison Hayes video. Be genuine. Take care of one another.